And good morning and welcome to the December 29th edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, coming to you live from Portnoy Gallery in Las Vegas, Nevada. I am Aaron Phillips, or at least that's what, see if I can do this like a weatherman. That's me. And Neil Portnoy. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine. Why am I sitting in front of your caricature and you're sitting in front of mine? That's just to confuse people.
Of course,
right?
we should see if they could do that game, like cross lines and everything to see who's who. But then again, we do that out in your front lobby when we meet with people.
We do.
I sit in front of your picture and you sit in front of mine just to mess with everybody. But this is our first unveiling of a brand new poster banner for this show. Looks great. Why don't you give kudos to who did it for us?
I know you're going to ask me. They're next door to me. I don't know the name. It's a new business, and we're located Portnoy Gallery at 1537 West Oakey Boulevard, on the corner of Weston and Oakey.
Right, right across from the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, right across from 7-Eleven and from the gym.
The gym?
Yeah.
Oh, right across the
Little
parking.
darlings, because guys tell their wives, "Honey, I'm
to the
going
gym."
to the gym." But a couple of new businesses have opened in our business plaza, and one of them does banners and large reproductions and vinyl and all that good stuff. And I walked literally out my front door next door and said, "Look, I've got this original drawing that I cranked out in 2 days."
You did. I mean, that's crazy. I saw the before color, and it's nuts.
Yeah, and you know, the frightening thing is that it looks like you when it's all done. I mean, you were commenting that I gave you these white spots.
Yeah,
on
it
top
looks
of
like
the
my
head.
head, like I'm losing my color on the top of the head.
Well, it's
But then
fresh
again-
tone to begin with.
That's true. But then again, with the lights over my head, I could see why those white spots would come
Yeah.
up.
So, but
Either way, it's very
it is
flattering.
Saturday morning,
Yes.
about 11:03 here
Yes.
on the left coast.
That's right.
I just heard that New Year's Eve in Las Vegas is going to be 39 degrees, and in New York at Times Square it's going to be 51.
Really? Something's wrong with that picture.
And we had snow in Vegas the other day. Did you see people opening their mouth and putting their tongues out and letting that little white stuff drop on it?
Folks, we're talking about like someone standing on top of a roof and dropping white snowflakes
Yeah,
down.
it
We're
was
not
crazy.
talking like having to plow anything.
But we did have 10 years ago, I
Yes,
guess
we did.
last week was the anniversary
I
of
was in that.
a 10-inch snowfall. You were here then, right?
I was here. I was selling.
How was that like? I mean, you couldn't go anywhere.
Let me tell you, it was so funny to see how that snow literally paralyzed the city, especially down in the Henderson area, because they got the brunt of the snow.
In Henderson, south of Las Vegas.
Correct. The southern part, they got hit with it more than anything else. And I'm driving.
How long did it last, though?
The snow itself?
Yeah.
Probably maybe 2 days.
2 days.
And here's the funny part. There's only the city proper does not have any snow plows. And it was deep that we needed
Did
plows.
we rent any from
There's only
communities
one
nearby?
snow plow in this city. One. You
What
know
do
where
they
it
use
is?
it for?
It's up in Mount Charleston.
Oh, they should leave it there. I'm not going anywhere near there.
Exactly. So we had no snow plows. People were driving like it was a dry. I mean, I was watching cars go into ditches and people who just drove past me at a ridiculous speed. 5 feet later, they're pulled over. They dumped into the side of the road because they just thought they can drive it.
So in other words, they're off to the side of the road in the desert.
In the desert, yes.
In a snowstorm.
That is correct. Yes.
Doesn't make,
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't make
I
any
actually
sense.
somewhere in my content, some of my older pictures, I actually have a picture of my black, the black car I was driving, the Mercury at that time, all covered with snow in the parking lot. I went out. I had no snow brush.
Are they a car that still exists, the Mercury? Because
I don't think so.
I think the Pontiac and the Mercury are gone. But go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's
sidebar.
Fine. I went out there in my sport coat. I put my hand through my sleeve, and I just used my sleeve to clean off my car because I had no brush.
Right. Right.
And got in my car, warmed it up, and the rest.
And that's
melted.
funny that you brought up the brush because when I moved here, we Dorothy and I have now been in Vegas for 2.5 years.
Right.
And our next door neighbor here in the complex, Sharon Gainsbourg from Gainsbourg Rock Studio, they sculpt the rock and stuff. She said, "Well, you guys haven't experienced a Las Vegas summer yet."
Right.
And I looked at her, puzzled, and I said to her, "Look, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. When it hits 115, I'm going to go out to my car, get my ice scraper, and do your windows." I mean, let me tell you something. The heat does not bother me at all.
No.
It's taken the 2.5 years so far to finally have my blood thin.
Right.
Where I went out and bought a jacket. It's cold here today.
6 months after I moved here, I had to make a business trip back to Rochester, New York in February.
Did you go to Kodak? That's where they're based.
No, I know. I worked for a payroll company that's housed up there, and I will not mention their name because I can't send them a bill for plugging them. But they were in
I'll send them the bill.
They were based in Rochester, and I brought every layer of clothes that I could wear, overcoat, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was still freezing. Hang on, I'm trying to get some help. Would you mind grabbing the stuff I have right here on the floor? The little placard and my bottle of water.
This is what we do in a live broadcast.
Thank you, love. I appreciate it.
Oh, what do we got here?
Our special. Oh, this is the announcement and the reminder about the Sip, View, and Paint stuff here at the gallery, which I'll talk about in a few minutes.
Okay.
But so I bought, and I couldn't get the chill out. Myself.
I just got to mention, we've got a full house here at Portnoy Gallery.
And why is that?
Well, we're doing a reveal for Sparky Lisa. Sparky, one of the very well-known people here in Las Vegas. I did a portrait caricature finally of Sparky, and Sparky came up with this brilliant idea during our Saturday podcast to do a reveal party. So we're revealing the Sparky original here today, and we got quite a crowd coming in the doors.
You want to mention some of the
Ruth
people?
just walked in. Hi, Ruth. How are you?
Ruth is here, and I brought a guest with me today, which I think is great to share.
Yeah.
Those of you out there, if you remember Harvey Korman, the great comedic actor in Carol Burnett and
all that funny stuff.
All the funny stuff.
Way back when.
His son Christopher is here in the gallery, courtesy.
And he looks just like his father, Harvey.
Doesn't he, though?
He really does. He doesn't sound like him, but I'm trying to play, his father to him and tell him some of the old jokes. I've got him laughing, which is a good thing.
Yeah, if you can get him laughing at his father's own jokes, that is a trick.
Yeah.
But I was introduced to Christopher by dear friends Barry and Diana Waxberg, who you know as well.
Sure.
We connected.
Yeah. They're here.
They're here, and I'm purposely saying how much I love them because they're 3 feet
in front of you.
They're 3 feet in front of me this time. But but they connected us with Christopher and his wife, and because they just moved here like 2 years ago from San Diego.
Yeah.
And we connected. We did lunch yesterday. They're going to come over to our house for New Year's Eve.
So they moved east from San Diego.
Correct.
Yeah, if I moved east from Boston, I'd be in the freaking Atlantic Ocean.
That's right. So who else is here? Barbara Brighton is here.
Barbara Brighton, yeah. Well,
I got
a little shout out to Barbara, but Barbara's been Portnoy as well.
Barbara's been Portnoy
just to get her off my back, because every time I would see her, she'd be, so when am I going to get Portnoy? So you know what? Finally, I got it done. 2018, I'm done doing these little portrait caricatures for some of the people who keep bugging me to get one done.
Hey, by the way, speaking of which, our room in there today is absolutely packed. I want to say hello to everybody out in the chat room. Thank you so much. By the way, great news. If you look on the banner right there, I feel like I'm doing my weather right now. And over here's a cold front. Right here, you can now catch the podcasts of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers on Stitcher. On the Stitcher app.
Well, that's the first one. The breaking news is that we're now going to be able to be found on a number of streaming podcast sites, including not just limited to Stitcher, but Aaron, take over.
Tune in.
And
we're waiting on the big one, iTunes.
iTunes will be huge.
So,
Hey, look at all the people coming in.
I know, look, we have an audience.
Mrs. Cohen. Hi, Mrs. Cohen.
That's right. Let's go. Oh, my wife is here, too. I didn't see you come in. I'm sorry. Well, thank God you said that, because I didn't. I saw Zeev and his family back there.
Yeah.
So, but yes, hi, my wife is here. Hi, wife. But so we have actually a full house coming in. I saw Paula Maggio's out there now, and I've never met her in person.
Oh, you have not met Paula?
Not in person. So we have a great crowd assembling for the unveiling today. So if you hear any of the background noise, that's just the guests milling around, and we may pop a few of them on for a couple of seconds just to say hi to everybody.
Sure.
But our major thing today that I want to kind of have some fun with, I see Mark Messina joined us. I don't know if that means he's not.
Mark, are you on your way down here, because you're supposed to be here today?
You are VP. He's running
late. See you guys soon.
He answered my question before I will. Certainly. There you go. But we're going to talk a little bit about how 2018, our own personal review, not Las Vegas, our own personal review of 2018 of things that we experienced that were part of 2018 that we just may want to share.
Look, it's been a great 2018, great in a lot of ways, sad in other ways. I was eliminated. My position was eliminated. I'm still here, obviously.
Yeah, that's right. You're still here.
From the Review Journal, having been there for 16 consecutive months, being published over 197 times in the newspaper. They chose to go a different direction by eliminating my position. Yes, they're lost, because they really don't recognize what they had in me working with the newspaper.
Yeah, but you know what?
Let's talk positives.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's the positive to that, though. Here's where the glass is half full. Yes, you're no longer doing that, but you are still wildly successful with the gallery and the commission work you do and the Portnoyed. And listen, you're very blessed. You always tell me, you're my pumper-upper, that when one door closes, another one's going to open.
Well, a number of them have opened. And listen, the RJ bought me a house.
There you go. See?
Because, you know,
Can't be
for
all bad.
43 years, I was a subchapter S corporation
Right.
earning nothing because you could show that you earned nothing.
Right.
It could never qualify for a conventional loan.
Right.
Having worked at the paper, it gave me a W-2, and
There
all of
you
a
go.
sudden, okay, you qualify.
All of a sudden, you're worthy.
I'm worthy, and was able to purchase a very nice home and, you know, continue to draw and illustrate all the entertainers, all the celebrities, all the actors, all the athletes. Have you been Portnoyed? That's the new hashtag.
Have you been Portnoyed? Hashtag Twin Brothers Different Mothers is going to be making its lot out there. Look for us on LinkedIn and Twitter. I have to create new accounts for that as well. You can also find us on SoundCloud as well. And yeah, it's been a booming. Yeah, listen, we've only been doing this since the beginning of November.
You know what I love? I'm looking around the room right now, and everybody's got their cell phones out taking pictures of my drawings on the wall, which is great. They're not taking pictures of us,
No,
which
that's
would be
okay.
outstanding.
Well, that's right.
Wait. Let me.
Oh wait, you see, you're just gonna
Yeah,
have to
we're-
correct
I got
yourself because
somebody to take the
Diane is
camera
taking.
out,
Yeah, see
finally.
how that works. See, when you give hints and suggestions, that's what finally happens.
So what about you? Tell me about 2018. What are you happy for? What are you sad for? What's happened?
Well, the first thing that I'm obviously most happy for is my health. That's and if you notice on my list, because I actually put homework into that, you see CrossFit is my number one item because this year, January 11th, 9th, somewhere around there is when I officially joined CrossFit.
And
that was
you've had
important.
the transformation
Steve,
of
sorry.
losing over 100 and something pounds. I mean, it's 6'4", 300 and whatever you were.
6'2" and the high point of probably 350.
350, and you're down to how much now?
I am 125.
You're not 125, 225.
225. I was wishing
Jesus
I was 125.
Christ! If you turn sideways, stick out your tongue, we think you were a zipper. Can I say that on radio?
Be a zipper.
I just did.
Never mind.
Never mind. Don't get
Anyway,
the visual.
So for me, the best thing was, of course, getting my health in order and just seeing the accomplishments in CrossFit for me. And along with that, helping other people who may have questions about their health and what they can do to get healthy. So that's my big thing for me to get started. How about you? What would be your first?
First was purchasing the house. I mean, that was our
And it's a
goal
beautiful
when we
house.
got
You did
here.
very well.
We've been here 2.5 years. People constantly come up to Dorothy and I and like, how the hell do you know everybody? And I look at them and say, that's not important. What's important is they know me.
Absolutely.
You know, and every day, every week, people go, you know, when are you down at your studio? When are you down at your gallery? And I tell them, look, I'm there every day. You're there every day. Well, this is what I do for a living.
Right. This is your career.
And I'm a seed planter. So, you know, if I have to look back at 2018, I planted a lot of seeds.
Absolutely.
I put a little water on, some fertilizer. They're going to grow, constantly making new connections. But, you know, the thing is us getting together.
Right. That's on my list too.
Well, I'm reading your list.
Oh.
I don't have a list.
You want me to move it over
No,
for
I
you?
want my own list. I don't want yours.
See, I prep for the show.
I don't prep at all, and that's why I'm the humor guy of the show. I just, you know, smell
Go
my
with the
chip
flow.
markers all day. You
There
can
you
be
go.
just like me.
That's right.
But you know, our friendship and come to find out that right down to our keys, we have the same keychain.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Hey, this place is starting to really fill up. There's a lot of people down here. But I got to mention, I did post that we were doing a promotion with Tino
Yes.
Outlet with a free watch giveaway.
Yes.
That has been back channeled to next year. It's something we're going to do. We've got to work out some of the details with Rafi Cohen over at Tino.
Right.
It's a wonderful place. There's your free plug, and we'll talk about it after the.
But it
first
will
video.
happen.
It will happen, but it's not going to happen today.
Yeah, we thought it would. Like you said, some logistical stuff. We
Look
still
how
need
many
to be
people
clarified.
came in for free food.
I know, and I saw the spread. I saw chocolate chip cookies, some veggies out there.
But you don't eat any of that stuff now, do you?
I treat myself to like one chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Apple cookie. You
right.
split it with your wife. I've been watching.
and then
you
we'd
for
be
a
then
year.
we'd be done forever. The other thing I want to mention this past year, which I think a lot of us in this community can certainly talk about, and of course the impact the Golden Knights have had on this city after the 1 October incident late last year, and the run through the playoffs and to the Stanley Cup Finals and all of that, and how just as impressive it has continued even into its second season.
Well, listen, they've developed a tremendous,
almost a cult following.
It's a cult following. It really is. It's the Oakland Raiders type
Yep.
thing without the
the
costumes.
skull, the
Although
crossbones.
I was down at New York, to go see a friend of ours, Joe Bonanno, play in one of the lounges, one of the Irish bars, and it had the open window there. I know. I see
Okay.
Eileen. Hi, Eileen.
She's taking a picture.
And the band all of a sudden, because there was a game that night, the band all of a sudden started with the drums, and then the girls and the glitter.
Walking around.
Walk right by us, and we couldn't even hear the guys singing.
That was crazy, was it?
Crazy.
The night who led that is we were at a game last week, courtesy of Pete Torricello, someone that's associated with Eileen's school. And when that band came around, the night was out in front, and I had my camera out. I videotaped.
That's crazy.
And he stuck out his hand to me to fist bump.
You know who I just connected with and friended me on Facebook?
Who's that?
Bach Andre Furry.
Bach or Mark?
No, Bach Andre Fleury.
Who was that?
Furry. Do you know who that is?
Oh,
that's the dog.
That's
the dog. The dog was on a friend of mine, Jonathan Scott, who does Vegas nonstop, his show, and he had the dog on the show. And, and somebody questioned, when are you going to have you drawn Bach Andre Furry? And I said, well, I haven't drawn him yet because they haven't commissioned me.
Yes, commission is a key word.
And then he friended me. So we're gonna talk over, I don't know, treats. I don't know. They
can't bark up the tree if they're not going to pay for the work, right?
Bach Andre Furry.
That's very
cool. A great name.
That is, absolutely. But yeah, so to me, the Knights being part of this community and to see it carry over into the second year and how the community continues to embrace them is just crazy. And I'm happy for that, because a lot of people were concerned or uncertain as to how the Knights would continue into season 2.
Well, look, you got hockey in the desert. Come on, really?
Right.
And in my opinion, the organization, the tragedy of 1 October, the Knights went right out into the community, which is what they should have done.
Absolutely.
And I said this initially, and it's starting to happen, is we have the trickle-down effect. You've got all the youth hockey leagues starting. They built national arena, which is the practice facility.
City National Bank.
Yeah, same thing.
Right.
Up in Summerlin.
Cheap plug.
Up in Summerlin, where they're also building the new aviators, which, the logo changed it.
I was up there the other day, and to see how they got to get it open by April. They only have 4 months left.
Oh, it'll be done.
Oh, based on looking? Yeah, it certainly will be.
Yeah.
Certainly will.
Hey, it's going to be magnificent.
I want to bring someone on for a minute or two to chat with us.
Okay, sure.
He is Zeev and Shoshana's son, their oldest son. He's currently an attendee at Crichton University, the only Jew down there at that school,
Do
by
they
the way.
stop him when he goes on the airlines because he looks like, I don't know, just
No.
Okay,
he takes out his Jewish membership card and they let him go.
They let him go. Good.
But he had to use it to get into Crichton, because Crichton generally is his Jesuit school primarily.
Creighton always gets in the NCAA, basketball tournament.
They do in basketball.
Creighton.
So he's also an aspiring, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Marketing and promotion specialist in the area of sports. And if I didn't
my
say
type
that,
of guy.
And if I didn't say that exactly right, he'll come on and correct us. And he has an aspiration for doing what we do, possibly behind the mic as well.
Is that what we do?
Well, kind of. We pretend to do it very well.
We just yak.
We just yak.
Oh, we do.
So come on around, Jordan. Stand between Neil and I. You might have to kneel so we get you on the camera. There you go.
There's Jordan.
So this is Jordan.
How we doing today, guys?
Go ahead. You have to go because the mic has to be back and forth.
Okay. Yeah.
We're doing great. What do you think of Portnoy Gallery? First time.
Well,
here?
first of all, some of the art here, even looking behind me, is just absolutely phenomenal.
We should sell these.
Well, I told Aaron when I did his caricature, I got to be honest. I said, look, I'm going to give you my disclaimer. And he kind of puzzled, looked at me, and I said, well, management not responsible for the way you already look. I mean, it covers me right off the bat.
Well, and just kind of from an outsider's point of view, coming in for my first time, first thing that stands out, it's kind of like, it's very comic-y, but at the same time, it like brings it to life too. Like even like I said, the picture behind me too, it's personalized too, because you got the New York over here, if I've got this correctly.
Yeah, the Boston.
The camera flipped me out.
Yeah,
the camera flipped me out. The camera flipped me, and then you got the Boston over here, and it's kind of cool how you add your own personal touch to the story, and it's really, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of amazed, just first time kind of taking it all in.
Well, my background is baseball. I played 2 years minor league ball, and I coached college baseball 15 years. I've constantly said to people, if they ever move the mound up to little league distance, I'm coming back.
Oh yeah.
Because I couldn't reach the wall anymore.
He throws the old flutter ball right now. But
really,
anyway, so real quickly, what are your aspirations? Did I get it right? I think I did.
All right. Yes. My dream is to kind of work in marketing for a team. I'm actually taking a trip with my Creighton University class trip. I'm visiting some of the arenas, T-Mobile Arena. I know where they're building the Raiders, and hopefully, if it all works out, I'll meet some executives over there. And my dream is to do marketing for one of those teams. But I am young, so I'm kind of keeping my options open at this point. So
my suggestion: you because I've been in the industry 45 years. Have you ever heard of the organization called COSIDA?
COSIDA, I have not.
COSIDA stands for College Organization of Sports Information Directors of America. They are the SIDs for every school. Creighton, of course, has a whole athletic department, and I know their SID. That is a great stepping stone to get your career to go everywhere, because you're basically the writers and the marketing, the promotions people for that university, and through your travels of all the arenas and locations and people in the industry with the TV networks, the radio networks, you get to meet a lot of different people.
That's awesome.
And it's a stepping stone there. Listen, I've been involved with that organization for 40 plus years, and I've met people that, for instance, Leslie Ann Wade, who was an SID at a school in New York and in Philadelphia, and then she moved on to CBS Sports, and now she's the significant other for Sir Nick Faldo, and gets to meet everybody in the world. How cool is that?
Yeah, listen, I wouldn't mind trading lives at this point with that.
But that's how you start. So my suggestion would be is to, and look, I could help you out with some names to get you in the industry when you're ready to do it, is to go that direction, and we'll get you moving along.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, I also told him I have some connections at Lotus Broadcasting here
Correct.
in town, but to get his feet wet when he settles out here after he's done this year, we may test his talent to see what he can do for twin brothers from different mothers as well.
Yeah,
since he's a marketing.
we couldn't do triplet brothers because he looks nothing
unless
like
he
us.
shaves his head. I
Hey,
mean,
you know, if I grow my, I'll put a little white stuff on the beard over
Hey,
here.
hey,
Shave
no
my
white stuff
head.
here.
You know what it's called? Hey, you never know. You never know.
if I turn the volume off while you said that, don't get nervous. Okay. But anyway, so we may test him out a little bit with twin brothers.
Sure.
See, get his feet wet out there, and I'll connect him with Lotus locally with your connections. So anyway, anybody particularly you want to give a shout out to?
Listen, I want to talk to some of my friends at Creighton University about this. So give a shout out to some people at Creighton University. Obviously, my family, they're not on camera right now, but they're all recording me. My little 13-year-old sister on Snapchat and my little 11-year-old sister over there waving her hand. So I'll give them a shout out. And Kennedy, Hannah's first boyfriend, I will say it. And Kennedy, no, listen, I'm a very overprotective brother by nature too. But
What's with the Cleveland sweatshirt though? What's with the Cleveland sweatshirt?
You know what? I think it's the Ohal influence that's wearing on him.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
He's a smart man. Also, Baker Mayfield, give us a win this week, baby. Go Browns, rep the land. Let's get it. Thank you.
All right, Jordan. Thank you for stopping by, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Man. All right.
He'll be good. Look for him to hit the market soon, because you would be doing yourself a disservice if you don't bring a guy in like that who has that kind of energy and passion.
Hey, Michelle Rothstein just came in.
Michelle Rothstein.
Balloons.
Oh, yes.
I'm twist.
I'm familiar with her name. I'll have an opportunity to meet her in person now. But yeah, Aline Jacobson is watching. Thank you, Aline. We appreciate it. By the way, Aline, if you could, Aline, I need you to re-email me the information about the January program, because I cannot seem to find it in my email, so I have it for next week. Anyway, so yeah, the front room is getting packed, and it's good to see.
It's like the kitchen. Why do people just conjugate in the front room?
I'll tell you why. Because that's where the food is.
Eileen,
They should have put the food out here.
Watch the live broadcast.
Yeah, tell them to come in. Bring chairs. We should have set up some chairs. But the food should have been set up in here.
Hey, the magician that I met at my friend Michael Shapiro's house, very well-known magician from Australia. I'm going to shout out to him.
Just let.
Where's my 4 clubs? I want my 4 clubs. Where's my 4 clubs? He and his beautiful wife from Australia.
There you go. We're mingling among the people that are here, and they're coming back here to see what we're. Of course, the artwork and supporting Sparky, I think, is more important. We should get Sparky over here.
Yeah, we should get Sparky over here as well. Yeah.
So I wanted to let's keep going on some of the topics here.
Sure.
Now, you've received many awards over the years for what you've done in 45 years of illustration work. I received this past year in June a recognition that I can only, quite frankly, dream about, and that was I was inducted into the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Entertainers like Rich Little, Marty Allen, the Treniers, those are sort of the people that are in this Hall of Fame, and I'm very honored by that and very humbled by that. And that was big for me to receive that and be recognized for 13 plus years in the
All they
business.
got to do is create a new facility and put that plaque up on the wall.
That's right. There you go.
We get that moving.
There you go. So I want to thank that organization. And my partner, Ricky Cash, was inducted at the same time with me from our days doing
And I
Vegas
got to
Around.
meet Ricky when he was in town.
That's
which was
right.
nice. And
That's
you guys
good.
rekindled the old twin brothers that don't look anything like anybody's
Exactly.
mother's type.
Exactly. He looks more like my grandfather. So that's, it is.
He
Hi,
took
Ruth.
he took my watch off.
Oh,
Isn't it scary?
it's interesting. People see it now more on the
Hey,
banner
Paula
than anything
Maggio.
else.
Aaron
Hi,
Phillips.
Paula.
Hi.
How are you, dear? Finally meet you in person. Good to meet you. Yeah.
He's a very well-known magician right there from Australia, him and his girlfriend.
This is what you
I
love
was
about
at
live
Michael
radio.
Shapiro's
So much
house.
stuff goes
He
on.
took my watch off. He took the watch off. I had no
Did
idea.
he give
what
it back
was
to you?
going on. Crazy.
Did he give it back to
He
you?
gave it back.
The real one?
It's the same watch.
Oh, okay.
Don't let him go near your watch.
No,
and
I'm
take
not.
it
I'm
off.
going to keep my hand under the
Yeah,
table.
you'll never see that watch again. Be careful. Stay that guy right there.
That's right. But anyway, it's funny. People mention now that they see the banner. Now, everybody walked through like normal here. Debbie Hall is here. Debbie Hall stepped in. But people now, they're really seeing it through the banner about how much we
bring Ruth on.
Yeah, Ruth, come on around. Ruth, come on around. Come on around. Come in between us. This is Ruth Furman. Wow, I just punched myself in the mouth with my microphone. Taking it off the hook.
Marketing
Where
and
am I
PR
Hi.
person extraordinaire. She's here at the gallery, and off
I
camera.
love being here. It's such an awesome place. Very inspiring.
Well, thank you. And off camera, you kept pointing at the new banner behind us because you guys really look alike.
You do. And then I'm
Crazy.
looking at you IRL, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like I've seen it in pictures, but seeing it, you guys look so much alike.
Well, I got to tell you a story. His wife, we were at a sports bar for Monday Night Football, and I was
You
at
sound alike.
I was
It's
at the
like
far end of
styles.
the bar, and his wife walked in, and she started coming to me.
Ooh,
It was crazy. It
that
was
could be
crazy.
problematic.
We're at a restaurant, my wife and I, that he frequents. We know the
My
owners.
mother's house.
My mother's house, Mike Leonetti and Laura
We
up
were
there.
just talking about the place, the Italian restaurant in
The Sun
City.
City.
Yeah, right. It's a
Yeah.
great
So,
place. Yeah.
I'm in there having dinner with my wife, and one of the servers was Laura's granddaughter, the owner, and we're having dinner. And as we're going, saying goodbye, and she walks over and Laura introduces us to her granddaughter, and she started laughing. It's like, well, what are you laughing about? She thought I was him,
and
she
would not
didn't-
come over to him because he was sitting with a different woman
Than
other
Dorothy.
than my wife Dorothy and didn't want to say anything.
It's
Is
so
that a funny
funny.
story?
Awkward.
Awkward moment, right?
I do want to give a great plug, though. Ruth also introduced me to a tremendous organization, 58 Acts of Kindness. And they were featured on my October 1st podcast when we did the 1 October review. And to me, if that was the last day I ever did radio of any kind, I would have been so honored to end my career on that particular show. But being introduced to those guys was absolutely tremendous. And I thank you for that connection.
Yeah, hashtag 58 Random Acts of Kindness. Yeah, I got connected to that group through one of my clients, and they really do a lot of amazing work in the community. So thank you. That was really a special day. So thank you.
Hey, we
was.
have Michelle just came in.
And you
Michelle
probably don't
Rothstein
wanna have
from
me on
Michelle
the-
Rothstein.
Balloons with a Twist.
I've been wanting
Balloons
to
with
meet
a Twist and
Michelle
a lot
so
of
long.
other charitable
How are you,
things.
Aaron? That is yes, good.
Hey, I want to do because
Thank you, Ruth.
I've been watching
Appreciate it.
on social media all these things you're doing at the TV station with all the entertainers in town, welcoming in the new
Yeah,
year.
when are we going on?
Well, I'm just going to do my promo right now.
Okay, sorry.
Hi, this is Neil Portnoy from Portnoy Gallery. Tremendous 2018. I'd like to wish all the people here in Las Vegas and entertainers, etc., a wonderful, happy new year and looking forward to 2019.
Oh, that was perfect.
Can we
I
cut
think
that
we
and
should
put that
have
in
you
that
on.
whole thing?
I
Okay,
think we should
perfect.
get you on Channel 13
So,
doing that.
so Michelle, what's going on new for you in 2018
Well,
heading into the
Let
new
me
year?
just tell you, right now we are in the middle of an incredible balloon setup. We're doing about 30,000 balloons in hotels and casinos all around town.
Wow.
So my teams are out there and they're doing setups.
That you're doing the Jewish thing, the administrative thing. You let everybody else do the work, and I'll just tell you what to do.
I have the most amazing team. They are so creative and so diligent, and they're spot on. So I just organize the team.
Listen,
and
how
make
many
sure to
years you've been
oversee it.
doing this? How many years here in
I'm
Vegas?
going into my 25th year.
That is unbelievable.
Well,
She's only
yeah.
27. I don't know how the hell she does this. That's
Balloons
really
with a
unbelievable.
twist. Yeah. Balloons with a twist. We're doing a lot of different things. So it's not just like your standard like helium bouquets. We're doing a lot of art installations. If you're anywhere near Mandalay Bay, you got to see what we're doing over there.
So if people are looking to do this in the future, where can they find you other than Googling Balloons with a Twist? The website, tell us how.
Yeah,
they can reach out.
balloonswithatwist.com. Check it out. and give us a call, and we can come up with some creative things
Beautiful
for your
stuff.
party
I've seen
events.
a lot of the work that she does and her team does.
Yeah.
And she from the administrative
Balloon
side.
dresses, balloon couture, something different.
Yeah, but what about I got to say, what about this new calendar thing which you've also started?
New calendar thing.
Well, that's about philanthropy. So mastercalendarlasvegas.com is a calendar of all the nonprofit events that are going on in Las Vegas. So any gala, 5K, anything that raises money for a local nonprofit is on there, big or small. So we give some opportunity for the smaller nonprofits, our friends over at Potastic Friends, things like that, and the bigger ones like Make-A-Wish and Candlelighters and all of that. And of course, the ones that I sit on the board for, I highlight those as well. Create a Change.
Absolutely.
I'm involved with New Vista, St. Jude's Ranch for Children, all of those. So of course, those are highlighted.
And that sounds to me like a perfect place that some illustrator I know can do some stuff for raffles and fundraising too.
Ooh.
Well,
Somebody I know.
One thing that I have been trying to get going here in Vegas, unable to do it in 2018, but hopefully 2019. The piece I did for the Children's Miracle Network,
Yes.
where we printed 1,018-24 lithographs, hand numbered and signed by me and signed by Coach K.
Coach Krzyzewski.
The key was they had an existing database where they could do a blast email for the prints for
Right.
sale. They raised $473,000, built a wing at Duke Children's from one drawing. That opportunity here in the entertainment capital of the world does work. We just got to find the right tool and the right outlet.
Well, it sounds like she's got enough avenues with all that she's involved with.
Absolutely. So all of my nonprofits that are out there listening, let's do something like that with Neil Portnoy. He's amazing, and we can raise some money for all those local
Absolutely.
nonprofits.
And all it takes is a database. That's it.
Yeah, and Michelle's up in the Portnoyed Wall of Honor
That's
in
correct.
the front room,
That's correct.
right? And today,
Plus, you also do some other stuff on the side, I heard too, which I'll mention.
yeah, but today we're inducting, not yet going up in the 2018
Right.
class, but the 2019 class,
Right.
Sparky.
And we'll
Sparky
get to her.
is
Yeah.
going into the Portnoy
Yeah,
Wall
absolutely.
of Honor.
Coming down?
No, the
No,
wall
no,
just
you're
has to get
staying up.
bigger.
Because my wife Dorothy said, well, we haven't got room. What are you going to do? She said, well, you can take some of them. I said, no, once you're up in the wall, you stay in the wall.
You just expand the wall.
But I'm going to do what they do in LA, you know, with the Star of Fame, the Walk of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to start putting their pictures on the floor so people can, if you don't like them, you
So
just,
you just walk on. Okay.
You know me.
That's so
What else do I do?
Well, no, because somebody I know sent some information to you about me and my background and everything. Did you sent that to her, didn't
Yes,
you?
I did. Yes.
Is it because of some of the other representative kind of work I understand that you do?
Okay.
So I just,
Just as a resource, you should have, you know,
every possible talent at her disposal.
Yep.
And it's a good thing.
Aaron Phillips, the voice, you
And
know,
it's a
that
good
type
thing
of
my name starts with A, so it's at the top of the list.
AA.
Yeah.
Really at the top of the list.
Yes, yeah, I do represent some different local talent here in town. So I'll have to check that out and see all of the different things that you do so I can make sure to utilize you in 2019. Okay, I'll check it out.
I'm not in any
Wow.
Hall of Fame. I just put people in. I'm going to put myself in. That's what I'm going to do. The only way I'm going to get in is if I put
Well,
myself
thanks
in.
for having me. Should I bring Sparky over?
Yeah,
so
bring
you can-
Sparky
All
over. We
right,
wanna
we got to
talk to
induct
Sparky.
her. All right. Thanks.
That's
Thanks,
it, Michelle
Michelle.
Rothstein. Thank you for her to stop by. I mean, this is great. This is great. Who is this young lady? She keeps walking by. I recognize the face, but I'm not sure from who is that. We're gonna have Sparky come over first. I think we're penning Sparky. Yeah, we're gonna get Sparky. She's a lady of honor here. We got a lot. This is great. I love live
Don't
radio.
make the thing disappear. I just, all I want you.
What is he doing?
Connect,
Is he gonna make
I
make?
unconnected it when you move the arm.
Oh well, it was
Just talk like this.
Yeah. Well, it was better that I moved the arm because it was in your face when we were talking to Michelle.
Yeah, but people don't want to look at me. They
You
just
could
want to
take
hear me.
you could take the microphone off that while he's doing that, so you don't have to.
Yeah,
crank
that's
your
so
neck.
much better, isn't it?
What's that?
Yeah, we can do the reveal
Absolutely.
over here.
Behind
yeah,
us,
put it over here.
absolutely.
Yeah, well, I'll
Or you can lead it up
take
front.
it off the table and I'll do it from there.
Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna do a live unveiling. Yeah, check all the parts. Make sure.
I have fixed your microphone for you, Master. I have fixed it for you. Thank you, Master.
Thank you, Igor.
That voice sounded with a little bit of an accent. That's
Or
from
Igor.
Australia.
That's crazy.
One of the finest magicians I've ever met. He took my watch off and made it disappear.
How you take a strapped
I
watch
don't
off
know.
like
He
that?
did it.
That's crazy.
He kept pulling 4 clubs from areas I didn't even know.
Wait
I
a
had.
minute. Is it like the quarter?
Much better than what I do. Much better than what I do.
All right, so I think we're actually going to do the unveiling right here live on the show, I think. That'll be cool.
That would be really cool.
We've never done an unveiling. Of course, in our religion, an unveiling has a whole different meaning.
Is that a bris?
No.
Oh.
You don't know what an unveiling
No.
is? 1 year after somebody passes and you unveil the. He's not even listening to me, so I'll get back to
No,
that.
because this thing keeps, every time I move it, it's coming apart. Tighten that puppy. Hey, the lady of the hour, the day, the moment.
Where is she?
Whatever. She's
Where's
right over there.
Sparky?
She's 4 foot
up here.
8. You're not going to see her. Stand up.
I'm sorry, I lost you behind Dorothy. I apologize.
Is that tight yet? All right, I'm going to take my microphone.
Yeah, we'll have to take it off the stand. Boy, it got quiet all of
Hey,
a
come on
sudden.
behind us, Sparky. Come on
Did you guys
behind
at least bring food in from back there? We haven't touched anything.
us. No, we haven't had a thing.
Oh.
Yeah, can you get in? You're right in the middle.
All right, right in the middle.
Hey, here's Sparky. now-
Welcome, Sparky. Let her hear it.
Now,
I didn't plan that at all. by the
Sparky,
way.
tell us a little bit about Sparky. Who's Sparky?
Hi, you guys. Good morning. And I'm gonna say, who dat? Look, I'm wearing my shirt. Yay!
Well, we'll just look past that part.
So, so I'm Sparky. My real name is Lisa, but nobody calls me that. I'm from New Orleans.
New Orleans is how it's
New
pronounced.
Orleans.
New Orleans, isn't it?
New Orleans.
It is 2
Don't
words?
do that Nolans apostrophe below.
Okay. It is 2 words. We're letting everybody
it's
know.
New Orleans. That Nolan. No, don't do it. I'm gonna correct you.
What do I know from New
anyway.
Jersey?
So, I grew up in this culture for 50 years. I was in South Louisiana, and we truly have a joie de vivre kind of culture. If you don't know what that means, it means joy of life. We truly have the kind of culture where we celebrate every day. Every day is a party. Every day we're happy to wake up, and we feel very blessed. So I got this great job opportunity about 3.5 years ago to move out to Las Vegas. I'm a nurse practitioner. I make medical house calls to geriatric patients in their homes, Medicare patients in their homes. And it was the kind of job offer that I couldn't refuse. So here I am in Vegas 3.5 years later, and I have made a wonderful family for myself here. I'm having a ball. I love life. I love having good people around me. Every day is a celebration.
Except for those people back there who paid to get in here. Right? No, I'm only.
And I'm just really happy to be here. I believe in kindness. I believe being consistently nice can open a lot of doors. And I think it's just super easy to be nice. It's really hard to be mean, right? There's no point in that.
I'm going to let you hold the microphone, but I'm just going to do a little unveiling of the Portnoy. You've been Portnoy. You made it in
Hashtag have been
2018.
Portnoy.
I've been Portnoy.
Hashtag. Put the mic in front of him so everybody can hear his words. There you go.
And there's Sparky. She's been Portnoy. And if you can see, she's got the Who Dat shirt on. And she always, when I did the drawing, you can hold it down here.
Just hold it a little closer
Hold
to
it
the
closer
camera.
so everybody can see it.
Yeah.
When I did the drawing,
Extend your arms. Put it
Sparky's
out.
look,
There
is
you
she
go.
always
There
takes
you
the
go.
eyes and turns them to one side. There it is.
There it is.
There
That's
it
the look.
is.
Usually that's a look that could kill people.
And the first thing she said to me is, look at the body you gave me. I said, well, you're in Vegas. Look, it's a lot less coming to me than going to see the other guy. What would you like?
Yeah. Plus,
So-
I'm sure
so
you gave her your disclaimer.
You will be inducted in the 2019 to be up in the Portnoy Wall of
Be the
Honor
first
and Fame.
inductee of 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
There you go. First
And,
one.
you know what? Why don't we do it? Do you have Miss Brighton's little picture over there? Because if I don't, Barbara I'll never hear the end of it. Barbara, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Give me the picture. Give me the picture. Yeah.
Okay, so,
Few more
for
comments.
those of you who don't know what Who Dat is, I'm a New Orleans Saints fan because that's where I'm from. There's a chant that we say that goes like this: Who dat say they're going to beat them Saints? Who dat? Who dat? Who dat say they're going to beat them Saints? So imagine that happening in the Superdome. It's the loudest arena you will ever be in, and it's super fun. So the Saints are going to the Super Bowl again this year. Yay! Who dat?
Well, we'll see if they get there. They do have the best record in the NFL this
I know
year, and Drew Brees is having a tremendous year.
Yes, he
He's got a defensive side of the ball that they haven't had in past years, and a great running game. And Drew's just Drew. Now, Drew out of Purdue University, he came out of Purdue University, played with a number of teams in the NFL, and landed in New Orleans. I'm going to say it because that's the way I know it. Not New Orleans, it's New Orleans. I got to tell you a little funny story about New Orleans. I was there for a trade show. A client had hired me to come in, and I had a day off, so I went down to the New Orleans Cigar Factory on Decatur, right? And I walked in, and there's this big table in front of me, and they're all rolling the cigars. So I had nothing to do. What do? I take out my magic marker, and I start doodling the guys rolling the cigars. About an hour later, a guy comes out from the back. He says, I'd like to introduce myself. My name's David. I'm the owner. I want to thank you for keeping my workers so busy. They love it. I see you like cigars. Wait a minute. He goes into the back room and he brings out a cigar with him. He said, there are only 50 of these in the whole world. It's my private stash. So I proceeded to smoke that cigar for the next hour, and I was more buzzed than anything I had ever smoked in my entire life.
Was it wacky tobacco?
No, it was better than any Cuban that I'd ever had. So, 15 years later, my son's down there on business. I said, hey, Jake, go down to Decatur, go walk in, see if the caricatures are still up in the wall. And they're still up in the wall on Decatur Street. Little story.
Very special.
Let's give it up for Sparky one more time, shall we? Absolutely. I love live audiences. Can you guys all come back every Saturday? This is so much fun to have a live audience here. There you go. Hey, by the way, before we bring Barbara up, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that there's a sip view and paint party coming up here on the 21st.
Yeah, Dorothy, my wife, in the Portnoy Gallery here on 1537 West Oakey Boulevard, does an event where they paint wine glasses. It's called Sip, View, and Paint. The sip, of course, you're sampling wines, and the view, you get the view, the artwork, which I've done on the walls, and you get the paint. Now, of course, I work with magic markers, so I do not get involved in painting wine glasses. I just walk around and critique everybody and, give them shit. That's what I do.
And what kind of response you get back from them?
Oh, they give it right back.
I'm sure they do.
Oh, yeah, wow.
So the next event is January 21st, 6 p.m. to 6:30 to 8:30-ish, until the food is gone. Right.
And Paula Maggio's here at every one of them making
She's here
those,
just for the
those
wine.
Italian
She's
food
here for the
things.
wine.
And she doesn't come for the wine.
Well,
She brings about 20 people.
Well, you're also doing it on
She's got a
bottles
whole
this year,
bus that
right?
comes out now.
Doing oil and vinegar bottles.
Yeah, they're doing oil and vinegar. What are they called?
Or cruettes
Oil and vinegar.
bottles.
Yeah, but well, she's doing the Italian thing. Let me replay that for the hearing impaired.
Well, did you register yet? Okay. Well, I know my wife will be here, and no, I didn't mean it that. Yeah, my wife will be here having fun. If I survive my workout that night, because it's usually I work out, I'll come down with her and have some painting fun.
Hey, let's bring Barbara on, because if I don't bring her on,
if we don't bring her on
for the
we'll-
next
exactly.
3 months.
Exactly. So we have to make an
All right,
an
Barbara,
unveiling
come
next
behind
week.
me here. We're bringing on Barbara Brighton. Barbara Brighton headlined on the Strip many, many moons ago, still active in the music scene here in Las Vegas. And, Barbara's one of those people that Dorothy, my wife, friended at a very early stage of us living here. She's become a friend. She's been to our house. She's been to the gallery. She goes everywhere we
Gave
seem
me
to
the
be
best
at.
birthday I ever had in my whole life.
I don't have birthdays
No, that
anymore.
was
You still
Neil
have
and Dorothy.
birthdays?
Yes.
I have anniversaries of 30. I'm not getting any older. Yeah, it's much. People like anniversaries, birthdays they don't celebrate. But Barbara, I finally had to, because of you would post this little thing on social media where I did this quick sketch on a napkin at a bar. You were Portnoy, and she said, "I'm at Portnoy. It's on my refrigerator wall." And so
I
finally-
said, this is probably the closest I'm going to get to being Portnoy.
So I finally said,
sent
"Look."
it to Neil.
Yeah, I finally said, "Look,
It's
I'll take
horrible.
off all the lines in the face."
Thank you. Shut up.
About 40
Neil,
pounds. What did I say wrong?
I'm the comic. That's
You're the
terrible.
comic?
Oh, stop
I'm
it,
sorry.
Neil.
My bad.
Be nice.
I'll try to be nice.
Be nice.
So
Okay.
So what I did
Can we
was.
talk here, Neil?
So what I
What
did.
lines? I have no Neil.
No, you don't have any.
Hers
good
is bigger
picture.
than mine, Neil.
Yeah, try these.
Stop.
Wait a minute. All right, come on.
He did a fabulous job.
Oh, here's
What do you
Barbara.
think?
Here's Barbara. We did a little caricature of Barbara.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, I'll go in really close, make
All
it
right,
bigger.
that's too
'Cause
close.
this is
Get
small.
away,
No,
get
it's not. They can see all the lines if I go
Pull it
really
back,
close.
pull
Look.
it back.
I'm sorry.
He is so mean. He's so mean.
So
Thank you,
now,
Michelle.
of course, Barbara, the next
Thank
thing
you.
she says to
And
me,
super
so
talented.
am I going up on the
Thank you.
wall? I said, no.
Right. Right.
You want to tell? You want to say?
No, I said, am I going up on the wall? And you said no.
No, actually, what I said a week from Tuesday, but I haven't decided which Tuesday.
But
Can we talk?
can we talk?
Can,
I am so in awe of what Neil did. I woke up and saw this on Facebook, and I was so surprised.
over
I mean, you're
200
incredible,
likes
Neil.
already.
You're so
I'm making
incredible.
you much more famous.
I know.
Much more famous.
Really?
Can you sing something?
Can I sing something?
Yeah, sing something.
Like what?
I don't know. Give us a bar or something so
Must
people
have
out there
been
can hear your
cold
voice.
there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. That's your way. You always walked one step behind. Is that enough?
That's enough. Every
Okay,
time,
okay, good.
you know what?
Thank you.
I got to be honest.
Thank you.
Every time I sing,
Yes.
I say the same thing. Thank God I can draw. Yeah,
Can
tell a
we
joke.
talk
Tell a
here?
joke. Tell a joke.
Okay.
A clean joke, please. We're on radio.
It's that's so nice. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be with these. Don't they look like twins? You know, I did Aaron's podcast a while back. Is that my agent? Is that my phone call? They want to book me. Good. So I saw Aaron sitting in the studio, and I went, "Oh, Neil's here." It wasn't Neil. It was Aaron.
It was Aaron, yeah.
Now look at them. They're both stars together, right?
Correct.
Can we talk here? Are there any older guys here? Because you got to be careful when you date
Are you
older
still
men.
looking for a
That's-
significant other?
Shut up! I'm telling a joke, Neil. Right? What happened?
Well, did you hear about the
Well, did he
transvestite?
tell me to
Can I
tell
tell
a
the
joke?
transvestite? I
What?
can't tell that joke.
What?
It's such a good joke.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Are there
Go ahead.
any older guys here? I'd say, no, because you got to be careful when you date older men. They never tell you the truth. A friend of mine was dating an older guy once. He never told her he was wearing a hearing aid. She stuck her tongue in his ear and was electrocuted. Ba-dum-bum. You're supposed to laugh. And that's kept me out of the big time. Thank you so much. And show everybody how fabulous.
You going to show it again?
Yeah.
Of course you are.
I'm so in awe of everything Neil does.
It's
Isn't
5
that
by
fabulous?
7, so when you go
gotta
out and
come
spend
to
your
the
big
gallery.
dollars to
You got to
get a
come to
frame.
the Portnoy Gallery and see his work. It's fantastic.
You know, Barbara,
Well, thank
when-
you, Barbara.
After her visit with me on my other show that I did, you know, as we walked out, she said to me, if I wasn't married, she'd swoop me up like a second.
You
I
heard
said,
the
I'll
same thing I heard.
I said, I told her, I said, look, here's my wife's number. Make a deal. It's okay with me. But that fell flat with my wife.
Is that like the Dangerfield joke?
Take my wife, please. No, that's
I
Honey
love to
Youngman.
talk to my wife while I'm having sex. I call her every time. Never mind.
Okay. Whew. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara. All right. Very cool. All right. I'll tell you what, we've got a lot of people in the chat room today. I'm so grateful everybody's watching the Closeout 2018. I actually saw someone walk into the studio with her husband just now. I used to work with her at a previous job.
Where was that?
The now closed Brightwood College part of.
Why are you working in all these jobs that have closed? Are you closing them? I mean, what's going
I
on?
hope to God not. I hope not.
Hey, we have Harvey Corman's son in the
Yes,
studio.
Chris.
Hey, Chris
Come
Corman.
on around. Come on around. It's your turn for fame.
You all remember Harvey Corman,
Yes.
right? All the great laughter stuff. Harvey Corman. Tell me he doesn't look like his father.
This is Chris Corman, guys. Great legacy and stuff, and you'll be hearing a lot more from this man, not only on our show, but who knows, in different endeavors and such. So make sure there's enough slack on there so we don't hang Neil and we don't
Yes,
close
let's not
line.
hang Neil.
There you go. So thank you for coming on. Thank you
Oh,
for
you're very
coming down
welcome.
today.
This is an incredible place. I've never seen this kind of artwork ever. This is mind-blowing work.
I would love to see Neil do a piece of your dad and you. Or
You'll have to have
separate.
a really huge canvas just for his nose.
Oh, jeez.
Horizontal. I'll turn it horizontal. I'm okay with that.
His nose, or
It'd be a landscape. But just first of all, you moved here from San Diego just a couple of years, right?
Yes, with my
And
wife.
Why don't you give a shout out to your wife, so because I'm sure she's watching at
Hi,
home.
Trish. If you're not watching, you
And your
should
son.
be.
And your son.
Hi, Trish, and my son Scott.
There you go. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
All my relatives in Maryland who don't recognize me that I'm related to them unless I have money. So,
Including Towson University.
Or beer,
Towson
or collectors. They always find you. Collectors find you.
Yes, don't they?
Neil always says he has perfect credit. He owes everybody 100%. So that's his credit scheme. So
my standard line for years has been, how's your credit? I said, excellent. I owe everybody.
That's right. So what brought you to Las Vegas from San Diego?
My dad's sister, Faye Zorling, lived here in a hospice.
Okay.
And my background is in elder care. So I came to help take care of her. And then we stayed. And the only thing the only thing that has not happened to me is I have not been run over by an Elvis impersonator.
Not
I'm
yet.
aiming for that.
Not yet.
I'm shooting for that.
We could arrange that. So tell everybody kind of what plans you're working on right now, things that you have in development, what people can see from you moving forward.
Well, right now I like to really get involved with nonprofit fundraising and really address people with disabilities who have desires to be in education, but who want to have a career beyond just having a learning disability. I want them to find their value in this world through art, through music, through crafts, through science, whatever. I think everybody has a value in this world. So
that's a great, and you know, when you talk about that, you hit us below the belt because we're all about the kids and moving people forward and all of that. So that's a great cause.
My dad's general philosophy, I'll make this quick. He used to say, you only fail in life because it's when you don't try, because if you don't know what you're capable of, you got to find out what you're capable of. And I said, Dad, that is really great sound advice. What would really help is if you don't tell me this while you dressed up like an Avon lady.
Yeah, could you imagine
that credibility? I mean,
exactly. Well, I don't want to take too much time. I know you're out mingling, but we're going to hear more from Chris in the future. We're going to get Chris on as a guest next year. We'll talk, share stories, whatever. And I look forward to a lot of work with Chris.
Thank you,
Chris. Absolutely. Thank you for coming down. Appreciate it. I saw it. Was that Mark who just came in?
Yeah, Mark Messina just walked in, and
I
want to get the magician in too from
all right. While he's still out there hugging people.
He's hugging people, and
so,
people just walking in.
Who is this gentleman? Because
this is Wild Bill.
Wild Bill.
Wild Bill is the sidekick for Big Elvis. You heard of Big Elvis here in Las Vegas?
Of course.
And Bill Irvin always comes down Wednesday nights to Tuscany to the Kelly Clinton Homes extravaganza. You want to say something? Come around and say something. We got Wild Bill coming in too. We got a lot of people in gallery and studio here today. This is Wild Bill. Say hi.
Hello out there. I just wanted to say one thing. If anybody's been over to Kelly's gig at the Tuscany on Wednesday night, she has a special song that I think this gentleman knows what I'm coming to, Bald-Headed Men. And if both of you gentlemen were there, she would just be ecstatic.
Yeah, Kelly's is a song called Bald-Headed Men, and she walks around into the crowd and starts rubbing your head and singing, etc. I mean, if Aaron and I sat next to each other, she would be in her. She'd go crazy because she'd be able to use both hands at once. Am I correct? Correct. But we want to just give a big shout out to Bill, who's here. Eileen keeps pointing at me out there. Your wife, I don't know what she's doing, but she's pointing.
Well, she's talking with the lady I used to work with at Brightwood College, and really? Are you kidding? You live next door to them now? Oh, we're gonna have to come knock on your door when we visit them at the same time. Holy, what a small world! This is crazy. Thank you. We'll catch up after we get off the air.
You didn't know you were going to move right next to a star, did you?
That's right. The real estate property went down. I mean, it went up when he moved in over there.
I also want to give a shout out to Mark Messina, who just walked in. Mark, come on.
Mike Messina is here, the former pitcher?
Mark, no, not the pitcher.
I'm a Yankee fan.
Not from the Yankees. They share the last name, and that's where it ends.
No, I think that one spells it M-U-S.
12 inches.
He spells it M-E.
They're 14 inches different in height, but look, guys lie about sizes.
That's
I could
right.
be incorrect.
By the way, Chadwick Johnson's watching us right now.
Hey, Chadwick, how are you? Hey, Chadwick's got a couple shows coming up.
January
check it
11th.
out on Facebook. If you've not seen Chadwick Johnson perform live, he is extremely wonderful, great entertainer, incredible voice. Love his new original song too, which I can't wait every night.
Well, we're going there the 11th because you
haven't seen him yet.
No, I haven't, other than meeting him the other night. Right. But you and Dorothy have your next wedding anniversary on the 12th.
On the 12th, yeah.
Eileen and I celebrate number 30 on the 8th. So we're going to all go out on the 11th and see Chadwick and have some fun over there.
It'll be a ball.
So Chadwick, save us some good seats, okay? I know it's walk in and everything.
Isn't it funny that my new neighbors who moved into the house next door, you worked with her?
I worked with her at Brightwood College.
Jeannie at Brightwood College.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
crazy.
So bizarre.
That's absolutely
another bizarre thing between the two of us. Isn't it crazy?
We have 6 degrees of separation like you wouldn't know from.
Yeah, this place is packed.
Yeah, this
Gallery
is
good. Packed.
And we think they're here to see us, but that's not the
case.
case.
Are here to. They're not.
I don't think so. I think Sparky had a little something to do with it. You asked for Mark to come over.
Mark, you want to come on over and say hi? Come on over and say hi.
Mark, we're going to put you on the spotlight, or on the spot, which I have a funny feeling you handle very well.
Yeah, he does
come
well.
On
listen. I put it this way: our hair never get the opportunity to turn that color. Did it?
Just my beard, my chin.
Mark, say hi to everybody. Tell us what you do.
Hey everybody, I'm Mark Messina, and I like the mystery of what I do because nobody knows.
Well, that's why I asked, because I have no clue what he does. He's around town everywhere. He's doing all this PR, marketing, SEO, HIE, POR,
BINGO.
Yeah, all that stuff. Right. MOUSC, everything ends in mouse. That's right. But I've been trying to get Mark here down to the gallery to see what I do, which is, well, you haven't even gone to the studio in the back yet. to see how the work is used. But we're going to be doing a lot of work in the near future together, and get Portnoy Gallery and what I do a little bit more national, international, because it needs to get to that level.
Yeah, you're incredibly talented, and you need a much wider audience.
Maybe
so let's make that happen.
Maybe twin brothers from different mothers can ride the coattail
listen,
of
it's
that
part,
too,
it's
you know?
part of the Portnoy Gallery.
It's part of the package.
It's part of the package. Yeah.
That's good.
Great to see you. I'm glad you made it down to the gallery. Just had to
Yes,
say
thanks
shout
for
out.
coming down. Appreciate it. All right, who else can we interview?
I don't know. We get Paula Maggio. Let's get Paula in it. Hey, Paula.
This is turning into
Come on.
like who's it? This is
Come on
your
around.
life.
Yeah, this has been a fun show.
No, it's good. No, I like it. Come on around, Paula. I'm watching
It's
us
okay.
live
You
too.
can
It's
watch
okay.
us live,
I
too.
love
Paula
simulcast.
Maggio.
You can put that up right here if you want, so that people can see it off your timeline too.
Yeah,
there you go.
Perfect.
There you go.
Paula, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Paula is a big supporter of Portnoy Gallery. She
Yes.
comes down to a lot of the sip, view, and paint events that my wife Dorothy runs here at the gallery. Promotes the hell out of me and Aaron and all the stuff that we do here in
absolutely.
Las Vegas.
I like that she's a
Just
stalker.
a
I mean, a
wonderful
supporter.
sweetheart of a lady. I don't know what else
This
to
is the
say.
first time I met her in person. I mean, obviously we talk a lot on Facebook and
No, she
texting.
walked up to me and thought I was you once. I'm kidding.
I wouldn't
I'm kidding,
surprise
I'm
me.
kidding.
But I'm glad to finally meet you in person for all of our talking together.
Right, that's exactly right, Aaron. I'm very glad to meet you too. And I love Neil and I love Dorothy. I'm a great supporter of all the entertainment in town and also the gallery. Big supporter of the gallery.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
And I'm glad you said
I've been
entertainment.
Portnoyed also. And I've been Portnoyed also.
Yeah, she has been Portnoyed.
Does
and,
Barbara know she got done before Barbara? I don't want
don't tell her, please. I'll hear about it for a year. Can
It's
we
just
talk?
between the three of us.
I know,
No one
it's
else
all
is
right.
hearing
Nobody
this
else
right
is
now.
listening, right.
But I had a point, and I don't remember what it was going to be.
Good. I do that to you all the time.
You're taking me off task, and I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I'm sure it was not important, and if it comes to me, I'll just throw it out there later. But I am glad that you are here. Glad that we have an opportunity to meet. And I do want to thank you for all the support you've given Twin Brothers and me personally, which I won't mention why, but being in touch with you about that. And thank you again. It's another great connection that you put Eileen and I together with.
That's what it's all
I
about.
love you. Mwah.
Bye, darling.
All right, I want to do at least one more guest, and then I want to close out with the last of our 2018 review. I need Barry. Barry, I need you over here.
Barry, we need you over here.
This is Barry Waxberg, who I know we've met obviously, and I'm bringing him over for a reason.
I'd like to know what the reason is because he didn't tell me.
His wife
He
Diana.
just took his hat off just to show that he's half bald.
He's
got
an
a runway.
extended cousin.
This looks like a landing field in a jungle.
Yeah, it's a runway.
The
You're
rejects
right.
for
Right.
Blue Man Group sitting right here doing a podcast. But anyway, I met Barry through his wife. His wife Diana did the gastric sleeve a month before I did last year. Diana and I were members of gastric groups on Facebook. Anyway,
There's a group called gastric.
well,
groups
gastric
on
support
Facebook.
groups. There's many of them. But anyway,
I can't stomach you.
I love it. Perfect.
so obviously I'd share my story, and Diana reached out to me saying her husband has been thinking and wants to chat and see about this gastric procedure. So March of this year, we met at one of our favorite stops, Bagel Cafe,
Great.
and we met for what was about 2 hours.
About 2 hours, yeah.
And he was swaying, and
You
I
still
just
swaying? You,
Only on weekends when I'm on the strip.
he
I just got a visual that
no,
really
no, you
wasn't
can't take
pretty.
it out of your head.
It
now,
wasn't
right?
pretty.
Give me a sharp object to put in my eye. Anyway, so we met at the tail end of March, and we spoke for 2 hours. And I just sat there and I said, "Ask me your questions about the
Sure,
experience of
sure.
the surgery." So by the time we were done, let me just bring it all fast forward. Besides us all becoming great friends and part of our own tribe, so to speak, January 9th, 10 days from today, this man will be getting the sleeve
Good for you.
procedure and be
Yeah,
enjoying the
you gotta-
loser's
listen.
bench.
Can we take a before and after?
I've had so many before and afters.
You haven't had the after yet, though.
I want a during is what
Oh, you want it during?
I want a during.
Want to go live on Twin Brothers from different mothers during the
Absolutely.
operation?
We can
We'll
do a
do it
podcast.
remote. Would that be cool?
We'd have to get permission from your doc, though.
He probably would say yes. You know, he'll do anything.
I'm going in for a colonoscopy. Can we do? No, never mind.
That's up to
No,
you.
No, never mind. Never,
That's
never
up to you. I wouldn't want to be behind in that podcast.
That would be a real stinking podcast.
Be a crappy show.
Be a real crappy show.
Keep going the two of you.
Elon
Keep
Musk's
going.
new dark tunnel has a whole new
Oh
meaning now.
my God! My God!
Anyway, so you're doing the surgery on the 9th, and I'm not asking this for any particular reason, but why did you finally decide that you needed to do this for yourself?
My health. I have diabetes. I have 3 stents. High blood pressure.
Now, let me ask you: does that enter in at all the fact that you've got an illness like diabetes? Do they preface anything with information regarding, there could be this issue or maybe that issue, or we've got to do the procedure a little bit differently if you've got nothing at all, huh?
Well, Diana, all her medical tests used to come back perfect, and my doctor used to say maybe we could switch her tests and give them to you. But for me, if I lose
Did you
110
just say I'm a
pounds,
candidate?
if I lose,
Look, all I want to do is stand up straight, look down in the shower, and realize I'm still a guy. I haven't done that in years.
It's like in the Marine Corps. I want to see the flag go up the pole.
Love it.
And,
Love it.
You press the button. No. I've been told that once I do have the surgery and once I lose the weight, I say goodbye to diabetes. And diabetes
Well, that would be
kills
wonderful,
you.
wouldn't it?
Diabetes, yeah,
That would.
Well, it happened for me.
That in itself is a strong reason not to sway anymore.
No, I'm walking a very straight line now. I started my meal prep for meal prep meals for
Sure.
breakfast, replacement meals.
Yeah.
My 2 protein shakes a day.
Everything that you have to do prior
Everything.
to.
I'm going to listen. I'm not doing this for fun, and for me, it's a real serious kind of deal. I looked at him before,
Ugh.
and he looked like me.
The before and after is unbelievable.
It is
It's unbelievable.
I mean, I'm getting now hand-me-ups from
Yeah,
Yes,
I
am
got
older.
that one.
I'm older than surgery. Probably.
Hey, did you look at the time, by the way? We're doing it again. That's all right. Okay.
Are you running over?
Yeah, we always run over. We always run over because we
Thank
have
you,
so
sir.
much fun.
Thank you for stopping
Well,
by. Put you on the mic. This is
Pleasure.
my
Good luck with what's coming up, and Happy New Year.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. It's paint by numbers. They're all underneath.
You too?
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah. I know what the numbers are. That's the
All right,
difference.
I want to do something special to close
Go ahead.
out our time.
Go ahead.
I want to ask our wives to come up behind us to be part of this last little closing segment. Could you grab Dorothy, please?
I don't know where she is.
Dorothy!
She's probably giving a tour in the back.
I love
or
using
in
the
front. I
Yellowcom.
don't
So
know where she
Eileen, come on around me, please. Dorothy,
Dorothy,
we want you
we
here
want both of you
behind us.
behind
Yeah,
us.
both
Yeah,
of the wives.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're going to
gonna
put
be
you on the back.
live.
You know, no, there you go.
No,
That's
they did it again. They reversed it. This is what happens when we go out.
Because now when I go back up to Mike's restaurant, they won't yell at me.
Yeah, see, my
They'll think
wife
I am
is
you now.
behind Aaron now. See, that's my wife. Yeah, see, unbelievable.
I wanted to close out this way for a reason. Okay, number one, because you know that I'm going to be married 30. You got 12, and you know
11.
That,
Don't push it.
all right. Well,
but she's in first place. The first one was 10. First one was 10 years.
That's
Yeah,
what it
so
was.
she's
That's
at
right.
11. She's in first place.
So you and I both know, no matter what you and I choose to do and fool around with and the radio and all that stuff, we couldn't do it without these
No,
guys.
these two are
supporting us.
the reason we do what we do, and we're able to do what
Right.
we do. I tell people on a constant daily basis that Dorothy runs Portnoy Gallery. I have nothing to do with it.
You
I
just
just draw.
You're the worker.
She runs it, and she's done an amazing job in the almost 3 years that we opened this up in Las Vegas. And all the contacts go through her, and I get the assignments, and I sit down and I do what I do best.
And I'm proud to be part of the gallery to help market and promote.
You do the marketing
bring
promotions for the gallery.
fundraising companies in and stuff. But it's been 13 years that my wife has been behind me, fooling around behind a mic. Thank God, because of her position being as secure as it is. You know,
Yep.
all the bennies
Sure.
and stuff cover
Sure.
us. And she's been very supportive of every venture I've done behind a microphone. So, and I said this publicly when I got the award at the chamber thing. But without these women, our lives would be totally different.
Sure. We'd be
It would
single.
cost us a lot less.
We'd be single.
We'd be able to have money.
I don't know if it costs us a lot less. You know,
but
I wouldn't go as far as that.
But I do want to end up this way.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
we did our list, and I put on here a lot of my lines have a lot to do with friends and acquaintances and relationships, and
Yep.
and I want to wrap it up this way. 2018 for both Eileen and I has been very important for us because one of the things that we had a lot of trouble with when we first moved here was finding friends, finding connections. You know, because this whole town is transient. No matter what, it's transient town, and to find people, you just cannot find people that you sink your teeth into or that you can
There's a
look at
lot
and
of
be
phonies,
friends.
and there's a lot of fake people, and there's a lot of people looking to make money rich quick and trying
Absolutely.
to do all that, and you lose them quickly.
And a pair of friends that we still adore and love today, Ricky Cash and his wife Kimberly,
Yep.
they moved up to Elko 2 years ago. For me, it was like cutting off my right arm. He was my best friend and still is my best friend. And we talk just as often as we can. But this year has been very good for us because some of our acquaintances have now become best friends. I mean, the four of us, we knew each other really peripherally through the
Sure,
networking.
that's
And
right,
we'd
yep.
see each other at events. Something happened this year, though, that for whatever the reason, our relationship and friendship between the four of us has just skyrocketed, and I'm forever thankful and blessed.
And we are as well.
For that as well, that we can call you not just friends, but dear friends to the heart.
Twin brothers.
Twin brothers.
Different mothers.
And I want to mention that for us, it's been a great year because we've met some other people this year that will have fallen into that category rather quickly. I want to recognize Eve and Shoshana Noel. I met Shoshana back in August when they just moved here from Chicago, and they were looking to get their feet planted here. And we just hit it off, and then I met Zeev, who could be another brother. This guy's about as real as you can get from Israel. He was originally there. I love Zeev. And their kids, Jordan and the girls. This man, he's the reason we know Cartier Hicks, by the way. He's the one that put us in touch. Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out. Hope she feels better because she's having some issues. And Sheila Cooper also had some issues this week, and she's chatting with us in the box. There's Shoshana just joined. But anyway, so we've got them. And then, what's that?
I miss you, Shoshana.
She's not here with you? Well, she didn't have to come on and talk. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, okay. Oh, you're right. Oh, Becca's the two. Okay. Well, sorry, Shoshana, miss you here because Chris Corman is here. Anyway, so I want to recognize them, the Waxbergs, of course, you guys, and Chris Corman and his wife, Trish. We literally just met like 48 hours ago in person. But like when we text, we know our emotions through text, how we feel.
Sure. We try to be, 22 years old and text instead of talk.
Of course. It's just quicker and easier. But I started with.
All right, the girls are going.
I was going to close with them. Okay, they don't want to see. Our own wives don't even want to support us. But okay, anyway. So yeah, I wanted them to say hello.
We're going to wrap it up.
I know.
We're going on with this.
So anyway, so now I can add Chris Corman and his wife and whatnot to this select group, and I'm just very thankful for my friends and acquaintances that have really flourished this year, and that's probably the biggest takeaway I have for you. And I know I've probably missed some people. But that's probably been my biggest takeaway from 2018.
Look, I shared on Facebook recently, I saw this video that somebody had shared, and it was about this, looked like a cancer patient, young boy in a hospital, and all of a sudden the doctors came in, and they started singing a Christmas song, and being Jewish, of course, how many Christmas songs can I listen to?
Oh, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
But it was so well done. You watch the video and you tear it up. And I shared it with the post that, look, we should all bring a smile every day to someone new face. Somebody you meet new. Your goal in life, and we're only on this planet for such a short period of time, is to bring as much joy and smiles on a person's face as we can. And I just left it at enough said.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hey, one other shout out. Someone we did interview was Doofus. Was he here today?
Yeah, Dorothy started a new Facebook page, The Travels of Doofus. Doofus is a little cartoon character that I've been drawing since I was 5 years old, and literally takes me about 30 seconds to a minute to illustrate it real quickly. And now every place that we go, whether it's a restaurant or whatever, I for the maitre d' or the waitress, hey, you got a piece of paper? I'm going to leave you a little souvenir, and I do Doofus, and we photograph it and videotape it for the traveling adventures. Where is Doofus going to be next? Check it out on Facebook.
Maybe Doofus will appear next week.
Doofus will appear next week, and we'll do the little quick sample. And on that note,
yes, sir. Let us wrap up. Have a great New Year, everybody. Be safe, be merry. We want to make sure that you come back and listen to us next week, all in one piece. Have a great 2019.
Happy New Year, and be safe out there.
Absolutely. Have a great one from Portnoy Gallery in Las Vegas. Thank you for watching. See you next year.